Wow, I'm 30 years old. It's my birthday. Hey y'all, it's Butters. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day, full of positivity and happiness as always. And for today's video, we are sitting here in my house. We've got my bourbon bar here, my couch that I thrifted that people love to tell me it's ugly. Well, it is, but don't tell me that. I still like it. And for today's video, it is officially January 25th, 2025. I am now 30 years old. I don't know how to describe this feeling, but I feel so overwhelmingly happy. I feel blessed to be here. It's so crazy to think that I've been on YouTube for so long. I remember my birthday video from when I turned 20 or 21 years old. I was at Georgia Southern University. I was a college student. I've had a couple other birthday videos throughout the years as well, but now I finally get to document another one. And what a milestone this one is. Every time it's my birthday, it is a moment of self-reflection for me. How was I doing in the past year? What could I have been doing better? How are you feeling today, Hannah? Today I feel so good. I'm turning 30 years old and I'm just overwhelmingly happy. Why am I crying already? I started this video thinking I got this. No, I don't. Put the tears back in the eyeballs. Fun fact, if you ever see me looking straight up like this with this expression on my face, I'm trying to do gravity to keep the tears in my eyeballs. Hey dude, did you know I was crying? Okay, you don't care, that's fine. Just a quick little check-in, I get it. I definitely reeled things back quite a bit. I have been dealing with a lot behind the scenes. If you don't know, I will go ahead and link my other birthday video in the corner. Is it this corner? Is it that corner? One of them. Long story short, at the beginning of 2022, the very first day, New Year's Day, one of my friends passed away tragically. And a couple months later, my grandmother passed away, but the two passings were very different in vibes. My grandmother, she was old, it was beautiful, it was the way that she would have wanted it. My friend, it was sudden. Too young. Clearly, I'm still grieving a little bit, but man, I'm doing so much better than in the past couple of years. I don't know how to describe what happened with my brain May of 2022, maybe June of 2022. My brain hit the wall and I completely secluded myself from everybody. I just retreated into my own brain for a while and it was definitely the right thing to do, but I definitely needed a little bit of help. So to process my grief, and I did say in my last video that I was gonna do this, I got professional help. I got into therapy. I've been in therapy for a year and a half and y'all, the benefits of therapy, I've been able to process that grief in a professional environment and in a healthy way with a professional. And it's not what is wrong with your brain, go ahead, get the grief done, get out. No, therapy for me has been, how does my brain operate? Why am I thinking these things? Why do I have these feelings? And to be able to go through with a professional and kind of figure that out and understand how my brain works has been one of the best things I've done for myself. The best self-care, and I have never felt more confident and happy in my life. And to feel this way going into my 30s, I feel like the world is my oyster. I feel so confident and ready to tackle things head on. I feel so much better. I don't know if you guys have noticed in the past couple of years, probably 2 years, I've been like, It's one of the reasons I haven't been streaming much, to be honest. I do plan on increasing the frequency this year, but I still need a little bit of time, you know, I'll get there, I promise. As a benchmarking moment, as I do like to watch these videos when I'm in the future, hey Hannah, how you doing? Hope you're doing well in your 30s. I just want to go ahead and say I've never been better. I feel so confident, I feel so happy. Work is phenomenal, my health is looking really great. I'm proud of myself for getting help and pumping the brakes and really taking care of my brain. I did a really good job the past 2 years. I know I haven't really shown it much online, but I've done a really good job taking care of myself. I'm just really happy now. I was lost for a little bit. I was. But I'm so much better. Tired of crying. God. Thank y'all so much for being so patient with me and showing love, even though I may not be the most active and consistent YouTuber. You all always show up and support me and love me for who I am. So thank you. I will forever cherish y'all. Thank you. All right, no more tears. I'm sick of it. Okay, moving on. Thank you so much for letting me have my little benchmarking emotional moment. But today, I forgot to say, we're doing a Q&A today. I haven't done a Q&A in years. I especially wanted to do one today because the past 2 to 3 years have been very, you know, like I just said, not gonna talk about it anymore because I don't wanna cry again. I just wanted to do an older YouTube tag that I thought would be really fun, relaxing to do on my birthday. It's been years since I've done it. And now that I'm in a better headspace, I think it'll be really fun. So I collected a couple of questions from Twitter and YouTube. I did tweet out saying, hey, if you have questions, ask them and you might be in my video. So let's get started. There is a wide variety of questions here and I'm not gonna go in order. I'm just gonna kind of go with what I screenshotted first. So there's no rhyme or reason to this video. Let's just jump into it. From Sam, that's an awesome sweater. Where did you find it? I will show you the sweater that they're talking about. I was wearing this sweatshirt when I was asking for questions for my Q&A, but it is a PS2 sweatshirt. Isn't it so cool? It's got loading blocks on it. It's actually an official sweatshirt from the launch of the PS2, I believe. October 2000. Wait, can you see that? Is it focusing? I hope so. I can't see the camera. I love gaming apparel, and I saw this one on Depop, and somebody had actually upcycled it because there were some rips and holes in it, so they put loading blocks on them. They sewed these on, and I just think it's so cool. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I had to get it. If you want cool gaming apparel, Depop has some hits. I've gotten a couple from Poshmark, and eBay has some really random ones too, but that's where I got this one. Faux show. I apologize if this question has been asked. You have a lot of things you delved into. Are there any mistakes, struggles you've made along the way that you could share? Maybe about college, content creation, travels, or even home buying. Much love, Butters. Thank you. Home buying, don't buy a house next to the road where they plan on expanding it, because then construction will begin and it will be so loud and then you cannot do your job and you're forced to move. I loved the last house, I really did, but I couldn't stay there. I've been driving by, the construction is awful. It's so loud. Maybe buy a house where you're not backed up to a road if you can help it. That's I would highly recommend. Content creation, don't be afraid to split up days of recording. Sometimes camo grind videos take a long time for me and I don't want to sit for 8 hours at a time, so I do maybe 2 hours one day, 4 hours the next day. That's made it so much easier to record these videos. And for college and in general, get some good sleep. You cannot deny the benefits of really good sleep. These are all mistakes that I have made, so hopefully you will learn from them. Great question, by the way. This one's from Jared. Very proud of you as a YouTuber and a person. You've come a long way from showing your game collections to your audience. Look at this kid. Look at that kid. Who is she? It was so young. My question is, was there a defining moment when you knew this was your job now? Was there a milestone or memory that sticks out? That's a very good question. Having YouTube become a job never really clicked for me for a very long time. Not even after I bought my house. I don't think there was a particular time where I woke up and said, oh my gosh, YouTube is my job. It just kind of happened. One of the milestones or memories that sticks out to me though is I did a stream when I hit 100,000 subscribers and I did a stream where I hit 1 million subscribers. And both of those stick out so much in my mind. I couldn't think of a better way to share that memory with people. That was really fun, just doing live streams and celebrating all together. I'm tired of crying. I'm sick of it. I'm allowed to, obviously, get out the emotions, but like, whew. From T-Dog, what is the best Black Ops game in your opinion? If I had to pick, Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 3? Both are tied for first for me. I'm gonna say Black Ops 1 because I really enjoyed the campaign as well. While Black Ops 3, I didn't play campaign. Black Ops 1 multiplayer was near perfection. It was fantastic. If I had to rank the Black Ops games, I'm gonna go Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, ooh, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 and 4th is a crime. Black Ops 6 and then Black Ops Cold War. I've got beef with that game. In full transparency, I believe Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty ever made. It's just not my favorite, but I respect it. Next question from Scary. If you could live inside any video game world, what game would you choose? Ooh, Spyro has a lot of really pretty levels that are not populated by anything. I want to live in Lofty Castle. I want to live in Haunted Towers. Yeah, I could make friends there of the haunted variety. The sky would be beautiful at all times of the day, and if I want to experience a different kind of sky, I just go through different portals, you know? If I had to pick, probably Spyro. Ooh, in your opinion, what's the greatest horror movie ever made? Okay, so Halloween 1978 is my favorite of all time, but is it the best? It's definitely up there. There's hardly any gore in that movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. The way they filmed it, there really isn't that much gore at all, but so many people say that movie's so gross and gory. You don't see any gore. That is movie magic right there, but if I had to pick, greatest horror movie ever made, I want to respect the classics like Psycho from 1960, iconic, Jaws. Jaws affected an entire generation. I think people who have never been to the beach are scared of sharks to this day. I'm gonna say top 3 right now, Psycho 1960, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, and Jaws. Oh, would you have any advice for those who feel lost in life right now? Take your time, sit back, breathe, let your brain marinate. Unfortunately, we live in a society of go, go, go all the time, so it's really hard to do that, but if you have the capability of just sitting back, relaxing on some days, maybe going outside for some walks, maybe even traveling somewhere. It doesn't have to be too far, but just somewhere different, somewhere that's refreshing for your brain. I wish I had a tried and true answer because I too have felt lost. Obviously, I've got it figured out in the past couple of years. Just take your time. Be good to yourself, and eventually you will find your way. I love how your name is Thunder and you're asking this question. What's your craziest weather experience? Oh my gosh, I texted my mother about this. I slept through an F1 tornado back in April of 2006. Georgia never sees tornadoes, but I remember waking up, looking outside my window. There were flashes of lightning every second. There was so much rain that was pretty much horizontal. I heard a train outside my window. I said, I went back to sleep. Apparently, my parents were on their way to wake my sister and I up to go to the basement, but the tornado just kind of stopped. It slowed down and everything chilled out. So they said, oh, well, whatever, we'll just go back to bed. But my neighbor had a tree that crashed through their house. So terrifying tornado. That's probably the craziest weather experience I've been through. I ended up going through the neighborhood after and there was so much debris and so much chaos and damage. It was weird. Just the fact that I woke up during it and said, went back to sleep. That's such a, how old was I, 11? It's such an 11-year-old thing to do. Like, whatever, I'll be fine. Also, fun fact about me, I am fascinated by the weather, and growing up, I was convinced I was going to be the next weather girl on the Weather Channel. From Paco, do you miss your days at college? What do you miss the most? And I've always wanted to know why you chose to study IT. Remember watching the video of me unboxing my degree? Oh my gosh, I remember that too. You're getting your degree very soon, congratulations. There's something very sweet and naive about college. Everybody's just kind of hanging out, just trying to get your assignments done. Hopefully you're in some clubs and you're trying to spend time with other people with like-minded interests. I'd say I miss running my gaming club. I just miss running gaming stuff. Maybe one day I'll get back to that. I think I took the socializing aspect from college for granted, so I kind of miss being able to just see people on a daily basis. Why did I choose to study IT? I just love technology and computers. It's just fascinating what you can do with them, the power behind them, video editing, photo editing, x-rays. Technology is just so cool. I've always been fascinated by it, and also being a gamer definitely helps with being surrounded by technology at all times. Basically mini computers, that's what consoles are. I was originally going to major in nursing, and I'm so glad I changed my major to IT after my first semester because IT definitely suits me a lot better. I loved it so much that I ended up working for my college as a student technician as well. From Gummy, what are some games you're looking forward to the most this year? Ooh, Doom the Dark Ages, I'm so excited for. Metroid Prime 4, I don't know if that's this year. I say Borderlands 4 is probably at the top of the list though. I can't wait for Borderlands 4. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. What are you doing, Kat? What are you doing? Look at your face. What? What are you doing? You're so weird. From Zombie, love you Butters, thank you so much. For several years I have watched your content and it always lifts my spirits and makes me happy. So my question is, what makes you happy outside of content creation? And do you follow other content creators, not video game related, that do the same thing for you? I do my best to go outside as often as I can. I like to touch grass, as they say. It is actually very good for the brain. I like to go hang out on my boat. Dude, what are you doing? Dubois. He's getting his tail. I also love watching horror movies. For whatever reason, I guess I'm so positive and happy that horror movies really just hit something for me because they're just such the opposite for the most part. And it really pleases my brain. I don't quite understand the science behind it. Following up on that, if you all do not watch Dead Meat, you have to get on Dead Meat as soon as possible. I watch the podcast every week, but they also have a kill count for certain movies that are coming out. If you have ever been too scared to watch a horror movie, watch the kill count because they make it so happy-go-lucky. They talk about how they film certain things. It's just a really good time. And James and Chelsea and Zoran are all so entertaining. I also never miss a video by Possessed by Horror. She is such a good YouTuber. The way she summarizes horror movies and expresses her opinion on them is very digestible for all kinds of audiences, not like hoity-toity like, oh, I thought that this kill was just very whatever. It's just very real and very digestible. And she also has boundaries for horror movies, so she'll say, I liked this one, but I will not watch for this reason, which I think is totally reasonable in horror movies. You don't have to watch the most disturbing stuff to be a horror movie fan. And the last YouTuber I'll mention, Spooky Astronauts, is also a fantastic YouTuber. She watches a lot of horror movies and I love the way that she summarizes them, takes you along for watching them. She has boundaries in horror movies too, but she definitely watches a lot more intense stuff. Whenever I see a horror movie that I'm like, ooh, that sounds really interesting and intense, I wonder if I can watch it. She's probably got a review on it. She's probably seen it. I do not miss videos from those three YouTubers. From A.O. Verton, the Snow Queen. Oh my gosh. What's the one physical copy of a video game that you cherish the most of all time? Hang on. All right, let me just move this right here. Ugh. I saw this question and wanted to show you guys a couple of the games that I have stored away. I have saved all the games I've played in my lifetime, which is so exciting and so much fun to look back on. Metroid Prime, this is a top 5 game for me. So happy I have this as a physical copy. Billy Hatcher? We need another Billy Hatcher game immediately. Would you look at that? Super Smash Bros. Melee that has my name on it because I would take this to school. I don't know if my favorite physical game that I own is in here. I know what it is! For the past 2 years that I've been thrifting, I have been on the hunt for a very specific game that I thought I lost. And then my dad sent me a picture of some games that were stuffed away in a cabinet at his place. And the game is there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it at all, but I'll point it out for you. It's the one on the very end here, which is The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon. I'll put the cover art on the screen somewhere here, but man, I love that game so much and you can't buy it anywhere. It's going for $100 plus or something ridiculous online. I ain't gonna pay that, so I'm so glad that I still have that copy. That's the one I'm most excited about right now. But I do still have my Nintendo 64 collection, GameCube collection, Xbox 360 collection, all of them. We'll go through them one of these days. From Mike, if you could start your own esports gaming org, what's the 3 esports you'd get a team in and what's the 3 creators you'd pick up? Ooh. The 3 esports teams, I would pick Call of Duty, obviously, Halo. I feel like I'd want a fighting game player. Maybe somebody in Street Fighter or Guilty Gear. And if not a fighting game player, I would probably do a Smite team because Smite is based very close to where I used to live. Or Hi-Res Studios, I should say. As for creators, I have no idea what kind of vibe I'd be going for an esports organization. That's such a good question. I mean, my first gut answer are pretty much the 3 girls that I consider my little sisters in the gaming scene. Legend of T, Astronova, and Aru. Legend of T does a lot of Call of Duty content and workout content. She is fantastic and hilarious. Astronova is such a little oddball. She does Call of Duty content too. She was on Infinite Warfare going on a free-for-all win streak of like 100 plus. Crazy gamer. And then Aru, she's been really into Final Fantasy as of recently, but Aru, if you ever want to get back into Tekken, maybe we'll have a team one day, I don't know. Or I guess one single player of Tekken. You don't really have a team of fighting game players. I don't know. That's what I would pick. From No Light Show, hi. What is a core memory you have from each org you've been a part of? Aww. I was a part of a team called Thrust for about 3 months. It wasn't a very long time, but I do remember sitting in Skype calls with a lot of the members and just hanging out and having a good time. That was really fun. As for SOAR, I remember when World War II had just come out and I was sitting upstairs in the SOAR house. There were Christmas lights everywhere. There was just a mattress in a room because everybody was moving in. I just needed to get away and have an Ethernet cable to upload one of my videos, but I was uploading a World War II video. And I don't know why, but sitting on that mattress and just doing all my work and uploading, I remember that so vividly, and I don't know why, but I love that memory. I guess also meeting SOAR at Smite Worlds 2016 was really cool too. That was my first gaming event that I actually went to. Both of those are very memorable. And then Atlanta FaZe. I don't think I'll get in trouble for telling this story. I don't think it's really bad. I had a couple of buddies out and we were recording a video for Atlanta FaZe to go up on the main channel. We ended the shoot at my favorite gaming bar called Battle and Brew. I remember saying, man, I could use a little bit more Atlanta FaZe apparel. So one of the people from Atlanta FaZe said, hey, here's my card. Beep yourself in at the facility. Go raid the apparel closet. Go for it. I said, wait, are you serious? It was about 11 p.m. or midnight or something. We all went to the Atlanta FaZe facility late at night and we raided the closet. That was so much fun. I hope I don't get in trouble. I still have that apparel to this day. They were tracksuit pants. From Josiah, if you could choose cat or dog, which one would you choose? I don't know if it's obvious. Hi. You want to be on the camera? Look at you, look at the camera. You're so pretty. Okay, be free. From Colin, are there any city or states you've always wanted to travel to but haven't, and vice versa? What was the greatest place you've been to? I want to go to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm making an entire trip out of it. I gotta go see the big old pyramid. It's just a Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Why does it exist? I don't know. I think it's funny and I want to go see it. And surprisingly, one of my favorite places I traveled to was Boston. I love the boats. I love the weather. I surprisingly love the people too. They were very much so in their lane. I really enjoyed Boston and I can't wait to go again. I'm gonna actually hop onto a ferry or some sort of boat there and really get a feel for the boating scene. That was me swimming apparently. I'm not going to swim in Boston. That would be way too cold. From White Snake, I love the PS2 t-shirt. Thank you so much. My question is, have you ever considered branching out from Call of Duty and exploring other types of content like playthroughs, speedruns, or something along those lines? Absolutely. Did y'all know back in the day I used to speedrun Portal on the Xbox 360? I absolutely love Call of Duty, but I do want to make videos outside of COD. I've been wanting to for a while, but like I said in the beginning of the video, brain's not been in the best place to do so. I want to do video documentaries on like what happened to Medal of Honor? Where has that been for a while? I want to talk about the Borderlands franchise. I want to talk about BioShock. I want to talk about Left 4 Dead. I want to talk about games that make me passionate and happy to be a gamer. I'm also fully expecting to do a Baldur's Gate 3 video, probably one video per act, and I'm going to do, I think, a Wild Magic Sorcerer. I'll stream it, but I do plan on making videos on it too, so Baldur's Gate 3 for sure I gotta make videos. That game is just too good not to showcase. To answer the question, yes, absolutely. From Justin, let's say you were in the world of dragons and some Nork trapped you in a crystal statue for calling him ugly. If a small purple dragon rescued you, what would you say to him? You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
What are you, a goat? I'm a fawn, you dork.
What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
I would say thank you so much. Here are some gems. Good luck on your adventure, Spyro. You're the greatest, because he is. I love Spyro. From Mobster Bill, what made you want to start uploading videos to YouTube and how long have you been playing COD for? Ooh, good question. I originally started playing Call of Duty during Modern Warfare 2 2009. I had gotten my Xbox 360 for Christmas. Everybody else in school was playing it. I said, oh, that looks kind of cool. I guess I'll give it a go. I was not expecting to become obsessed with the series, but I loved it. I was mostly interested in the sniping aspect of Call of Duty, so I went onto YouTube, looked up Call of Duty sniping videos, and I found a specific creator, and that would be Midnight. At the time, she was Optic Midnight, but I absolutely loved her content, the way that she told stories, she showed off her gameplay. I thought, what a fun way to connect with people. I want to try doing that, and here we are, 15, 16 years later? No way. I'll leave her channel down below if you guys want to see my inspiration for doing YouTube. She's amazing. I've talked to her since. She's really cool. From Cam, what has been your biggest piece of advice that has helped you genuinely heal along the way? I hope you have an amazing and wonderful birthday. Thank you so much, Cam. This question is so good, and I have an answer. Throughout my healing in the past couple of years, I've had a specific quote going through my head, and it may sound a little negative and a little scary, but hear me out, okay? In life, nobody gets out alive and unscathed. You might be thinking, Hannah, what do you mean by that? Oh my God. This quote has helped me have a lot of grace for myself and for others. Basically, it boils down to there is no perfect human that has not gone through trials and tribulations and hardships. Everybody growing up is going to go through stuff. It is completely normal being a human. Everybody is dealing with some sort of internal battle, whether they show it or not. So if you have a friend that snaps back at you for whatever reason out of the blue, or if you have somebody on 4th of July is freaking out and has a panic attack over fireworks, it's not a reflection on you. There is something else going on in their brain. It is totally valid. It is a part of the human experience, and understanding that with my friendships and relationships has given me grace for myself too. Like, why did I burst out crying every New Year's starting in 2022? I mean, we know why. But instead of being mad at myself for not getting over it fast enough, or oh my gosh, this grief is so overwhelming, I'm never gonna get over it, this is so human and so normal for so many people. You're gonna have hardships, you're gonna have trials and tribulations. Nobody gets out unscathed. As a human, you are not broken. You might have a couple of scratches and a couple of dings, but you are not broken. And everybody's healing journey is different. It may take a lot of time, a little time, but give yourself grace. I hope that makes sense. That quote specifically, nobody gets out alive and unscathed, has really given me so much comfort and healing. Can you tell this is something I've talked about in therapy pretty extensively? From Julian, does little guy have lore? He sure does. I wanted to make a Halloween video a long time ago, probably 2017, 2018, and I didn't know what to do. So I went to Publix around the corner and I bought a little pumpkin that I saw and I vlogged it and I said, look, I have a friend, let's go play COD. Well, this friend ended up surviving for many, many months after that. He was getting a little moldy, but he was in the background of all my videos. We named him Little Guy. I always showed him off, said he's still here, he's still doing well. And then one night, a basset hound my family was fostering decided to devour him and leave behind his guts and seeds on the kitchen floor. It was, I don't want to laugh. We should have expected that. It was just such a, what an end to Little Guy. But on the bright side, when I had my P.O. box open, my buddy Hick actually 3D printed a version of Little Guy so that he can live on forever. Little Guy never died. He just changed vessels. And he's here to this day, and I love Little Guy. He's a little pumpkin man. I forgot to show you while I was drinking some coffee in my Booters mug. Look, Booters has their own Little Guy. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Say yes, even if it's not true. Jaff says, do you plan on getting any tattoos? I've had a fascination with tattoos, but I'm not sure if I want to get one anytime soon. I have wanted a breast cancer ribbon on my ribcage because my mom is a breast cancer survivor. I've wanted that since I was 18, 19. Just haven't done it yet, but I've also been playing around with the idea of some sort of floating castle on, I don't even know what body part it would be, arm, leg, I have no idea, but something to just kind of remind me of home. A whimsical and safe castle on a floating island. I don't know why that sticks out in my brain, but it does. But as of right now, no tattoos, and I don't plan on getting one anytime soon, but I've thought about it. From Raquel, what is your favorite K-pop group and have you managed to see any love from Scotland? Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, SHINee has my entire heart and soul. I love SHINee so much. I adore them and their music. They are so unbelievably talented. The princes of K-pop. 100%. Have I managed to see any? Actually, I got to go see Monsta X. I forget what year it was, but it was such an amazing experience. Apparently, I am one of the members. His brother goes to Georgia Tech, or did for a little bit. He's like, hey guys, it's cool to be here. My brother goes to Georgia Tech. We're all like, what? They were so much fun to watch, but I will say in the audience, I was next to a bunch of girls who were just screaming. I'm just like, you know, I'm so glad you're enjoying the show. Good for you. That's great. It was just a little intense, but I still had a good time. But Marissa, who formulated the laws of motion and gravity? Multiple choice. A, Sir Fig Newton. B, Isaac Newton. Please, for science. Definitely Sir Fig Newton. If you don't know, I've made this mistake. I thought Fig Newton was a scientist. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, okay? I said, wait, Fig Newton's a scientist. My sister had to correct me and say, no, that's Isaac Newton. Oh my gosh, Hannah, your brain. I said, I know. Fun fact, I named my fig tree at my old house Isaac because of that. Though now the homeowners did tear down Isaac, so they can do whatever they want. It's their yard, of course, but rip Isaac. Tuan says, how long did it take you to master the controller? This is such an interesting question because I don't recall a time in my life where I wasn't playing on a controller. I was playing controller before I could walk. I'd play on the N64 and I wouldn't hold the controller like this because my hands were too small. I actually would play like this, like a keyboard. Am I meant to be a K-Dam player? There's no way. Huh. Yeah, I've been playing controller all my life, so I actually don't really know. Peter asks, can you show off your belt collection? I love your belts. I absolutely can do that. I will do that for a separate video on my second channel, so feel free to go subscribe there if you want to. I would love to do cute short videos like that. Like, here's all my stuff. Like, why not? I can most certainly do that. KP Davey asks, what advice do you have for someone new to content creation? I've had the same 4 pieces of advice for my entire career. Be consistent, be unique, have high quality, and have fun. Being consistent does not mean uploading every day. Upload on your pace at your own schedule. Be unique, be yourself, have fun. Don't try to be anybody else. Be unique. Have high quality. This definitely helps. I mean, always be aiming to improve the quality of your videos. Though I will say, if you're torn between getting a webcam or a microphone first, get a microphone. That's the one piece of advice I'll give for video quality if you're just starting out. Invest in a microphone before a webcam. And the most important tip, have fun. What's the point of making content if you're not having fun? Pika says, happy early birthday. Not sure if you've answered this before, but favorite Zelda game, top 3, maybe, and why. Okay. I know what my top 3 are, but I don't know what order to put them in. Okay, Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask. Oh my gosh, Majora's Mask has been #1 for so long, but I am craving Ocarina of Time as of recently. I'm gonna go with that. Those are my top 3. Mercuriet says, happy birthday, greetings from Spain. Hello, thank you so much. Hope you have a day full of positivity and happiness as always, hee hee. Do you have plans to make any other videos using virtual reality? Yes, since I moved, I don't have my green screen room anymore, and I could just set up a camera and record, you know, myself playing VR and then show the gameplay, but it's so much more fun when you can make it the mixed reality where I'm actually in the game. I don't have that set up anymore. I miss it so much. That is actually one of the next things that I'm working on in this house. I'm getting my green screen room back and I am going to be making some VR content. Jazz says, happy birthday, thank you. Recently got into reading, so what do you like to read? I am personally a big fan of manga. I'm so glad I brought some manga for just such an occasion. So my favorite manga of all time, I will go ahead and show, Goodnight Poon Poon. So I like horror movies. I like intense, depressing, especially if it's realistic. Oyasumi Poon Poon is so intense, beautiful. It is the best manga I've read. I don't want to read it anytime soon. I'll probably read it in a couple of years, but I read it once and I had to sit and think about it. This is so phenomenal. On another note, if we're talking scary manga, we have to talk about Junji Ito. We all know Uzumaki, we all know Yall, but I'm gonna go ahead and recommend Love Sickness. This is an underrated story from him, so I really like this one. Once again, scary, gross, just like makes your skin crawl kind of artwork. So good. Junji Ito, if you like horror, you need to read Junji Ito. And the next book I actually plan on reading, which I haven't started yet, but it is in my bag to do so, is called PTSD Radio. Supposedly this is haunted, so I'm down to make some friends. And if you don't know what manga is, it is Japanese and you actually read it backwards. So read it from here to here and the artwork is just absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, Poon Poon is a bird. I should have mentioned that. Yeah, the main character is this dude right here. Highly recommend. If you guys want to get into reading, well, this might be a little intense, honestly. Manga's great. That's what I like to read. Sesso, go-to comfort TV shows or movies. Oh man. For whatever reason, Jackass really hits home. Well, I know why. I had jaw surgery my senior year of high school, and when I got home with my mouth wired shut, completely in pain, off of a lot of painkillers, I decided to throw on Jackass 2.5, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Of course, I was on painkillers, so everything was a little extra funny, but I just watched it probably 10 times in a row, and it helped get me through a time in my life where I was physically healing a lot. Since then, I've had a soft spot for Jackass. I can quote every single movie, every single show, potentially every single interview. Definitely Jackass, I would say. From Restive, you live in Georgia! Sorry, I got a little too excited there. It's true, I do live in Georgia. Anyway, question, what was the first game you played as a child and what or who got you invested into gaming? Also, happy birthday, thank you so much. First game I ever played was Yoshi's Story for the N64, and my parents bought me a console pretty much the day I was born. I believe they were inspired by my cousins. They were a little bit older than me and they had a Nintendo 64, so I think they said, oh, Nintendo 64, we'll get one for our kids. And the rest is history. Now it's my job. From Jack, as a sniper, how do you feel about them constantly being banned in the CDL and the ranked playlist? Dude, I am so sick of it. Can I be real for a second? Can we please not ban snipers? Please. Sniping in professional Call of Duty is so freaking fun and hype. When you get a snipe in Search and Destroy, especially back in the day, back in the Black Ops 3 days and the Black Ops 4 days, dude, it stresses me out every year whenever they decide to GA snipers. I'm sick of it. Please stop. Please, as a viewer, I need to see sniping in professional Call of Duty. I don't, but it makes it so much more fun. Ian says, happy birthday. Hope you get spoiled because you deserve it. Thank you so much. I've been doing a good job. Do you ever get sick and tired of saying hee hee at the end of your positivity and happiness? If so, it's okay if you don't want to say it hee hee anymore. Love you, Butters. Thank you so much. You know what's funny? I have no idea where the hee hee came from. I think I was doing my intro of positivity and happiness as always, and then I looked at something and said, hee hee, or I don't know, it was quiet in the air or something, so I said hee hee to fill the air, I don't know. But the next video, I didn't do the hee hee, and I got like 10 comments saying, you didn't do the hee hee. I was like, oh, so this is a thing now. So I did the hee hee, but sometimes I did it a little bit mockingly, I'd go, hee hee. But ever since then, the hee hee has grown on me, so I still like doing it. I don't know how it originated. I mean, I guess it's how, but it's still so confusing. But that is the lore behind hee hee. My hair is annoying me, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it back here. I ran out of hair products, you can probably tell. From Rick, what do you do when you're not feeling that positive and happy? How do you put your mind to rest? I think I answered this a little bit ago, but basically going outside, focusing on creative things, single player games especially, even nostalgic ones, like I'll play Portal, I'll play Left 4 Dead, I'll play Spyro. I beat Spyro 120% 4 times in the past year. That's definitely my my go-to. But as of right now, it's actually Baldur's Gate 3. So if I'm not feeling very good, I'll do something else besides Call of Duty. I will take a step back and do something that's very creative and refreshing for my brain. From Saucy Pepper, how was your support when you first started to make content? Did you tell anyone at first or wait till you had a bit of a following? P.S. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I started my channel in high school and I wasn't parading about my content by any means. When it was discovered that I was making content, there were like a couple little like, I make videos, and I didn't really care because it was my outlet. I could do whatever I want with it. I was happy doing it, so that's what mattered. Nowadays, those people who were giggling have reached out and said, oh my gosh, what you do is actually pretty cool. Long story short, I paid them no mind. From Swift Viper, happy birthday for starters. Thank you so much. My question would be, what's your most memorable moment from starting your journey on YouTube? For myself, it'd be the day you got Dark Matter on Black Ops 4. Do any stick out for you in particular? Yeah. I mentioned it already, but definitely the live stream breaking 100,000 subscribers and the live stream breaking 1 million subscribers. That is definitely the most prolific, eventful moments in my career. When I broke 1 million subscribers, I actually did make a video. I'll go ahead and link it up in the corner. I can't watch it to this day. It basically talks about my career as a YouTuber up until 1 million subscribers, and I love that video. I do. I get really emotional every time I watch it. From Betty, how long did it take you to become profitable from gaming/streaming? So it took me 5 years to make $30 on YouTube. And then after that, it was probably about $3 to $5 a month. And I thought I was rolling in dough. I could get an extra cookie at Subway. I was living. YouTube officially became profitable when I had a specific video blow up, which is my Road to Dark Matter Gold Paladin on Black Ops 4. So if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it. But that video specifically took off. Don't know why. Not mad about it. But definitely brought in a whole new audience and I started to become more profitable. But for many years, I did not make much money on YouTube. Daniel says, hey Butters, happy birthday. Thank you so much. If you could go back and play a game in its prime, which one would you choose? Doesn't have to be COD. Also, what is the one bottle of bourbon you most want to add to your collection? Okay, the game I want to play in my prime, probably Guitar Hero. Everybody was playing it, especially in high school and middle school. We were all playing 70s, 80s, 90s rock on Guitar Hero and just bonding over that. I miss Guitar Hero in its prime. Everybody knew about it. If you were good at it, people who weren't gamers knew you were good at it. It's a game that transcended your typical gaming. Even non-gamers can look at Guitar Hero and go, huh, I want to try that. As for a bottle of bourbon, I have 2, so I want to get my hands on Blood Oath so bad. That bourbon is so good, and also this one is like, probably never gonna happen, but would be cool. George T. Stagg 2018, specifically 2018. I don't know what they did that year, but it is the most magical, beautiful, amazing bourbon I've ever had. I have very fond memories of sharing it with my uncle. From David, why did you move so early from your previous house to this one? Because they started construction and I couldn't do my job. Yeah, I shouldn't have moved into a house that was pretty much right on the road. Learned that lesson pretty quickly. I also learned what eminent domain was. You know, live and learn, baby, as Sonic would say. Xylo, how did you first get into gaming and what made you decide Call of Duty was the choice for your channel? It was the casualness of being able to create Call of Duty content and being able to talk over it. It was the being able to have my personality with the gameplay. That definitely made me want to pick Call of Duty as my main focus for gaming and YouTube. As for first getting into gaming, I had Nintendo 64. I've been gaming all my life. Fanboy says, your positivity and happiness mantra helped me out a lot when gaming on COD and other multiplayer games. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. How are you able to keep your smile during the occasional toxicity in gaming and or IRL? When it comes to toxicity and trash talking gamers, I feel like it is a part of gaming in general, but obviously there are lines that are being crossed and it is pretty awful at times. You have to remind yourself that angry gamers are targeting you because they have something that they need to cope with themselves. It's more of a reflection on them than it is you. At the end of the day, you can call me a bitch in game chat. I really don't care. I know I'm not one. I'll just keep it moving and I'll 20-0 you. AVG Gamer, happy birthday, Hannah. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm involved in gaming and or esports in some degree. I want to fund a gaming scholarship of some sort, a gaming arena, an esports team. I don't know. Somehow I will be involved in gaming though. But most importantly, I will be happy and I will follow my passions in life because being happy and fulfilled is the #1 goal for me. Ooh, this one got the most upvotes. Favorite metal bands? Okay. If we're thinking genres, I like me some heavy metal, I like me some power metal, I like me some metalcore. I'm throwing out all these genres. I appreciate all kinds of metal. I saw some people saying Slipknot, Disturbed, Korn. Yeah, those are all great. I love Korn. I love Korn. And also Motley Crue is my favorite glam metal band, if that helps clarify my favorite kind of metal. As of recently, especially with TikTok, I've been discovering some metal groups that are not super well known. Enox is based here in Atlanta and I really enjoy their music. Avoid as well, I really enjoy their music as well. I like me some upbeat metal that has lots of screaming in it because like I said, it's kind of the opposite of positivity and happiness, and I think that's probably why I like it. Not that metal music can't be positive and happy. You can death metal scream and scream about flowers and rainbows and stuff if you wanted to. It's not very common, but you could. Hi, my camera battery died and the sun already set, so it looks different in here. Anyways, moving on. From our llama, how has content creation changed your perspective on gaming / the gaming industry, and how do you define success for yourself in this space? Definitely want to talk about the success for me as a gamer in this YouTube gaming space. I just want to be happy. I want to make videos on what I want to make videos on. I want to play games how much I want to play games. As long as I'm happy, that's my main goal. And I've done a really good job of keeping that up. It's never been about reaching X amount of subscribers or followers or reaching X amount of money per month. No, for me, it's just being happy. And I've done a really, really good job. And content creation changing the perspective on gaming and the gaming industry. Being able to go and see these gaming developers and play test their games and talk to them about their games has been so much fun. And they'll tell you some fun stuff that you have to keep under NDA. So I would say that has been fun to see the behind the scenes. I don't know if it's changed my perspective on gaming and the gaming industry necessarily. It's just cool. I'm a gamer. This is a dream. I get to go to these studios. I get to say hi to the developers. Like, I love my job. Might be late, but favorite Vault Hunter to play from any of the Borderlands games. Oh my gosh, Krieg has my entire heart. He is so sweet and cute, but also he screams a lot and Krieg is one of my favorite characters in the Borderlands franchise. I absolutely love him and he is so much fun to play as, just so much chaos. From Board, since your father is a pilot, do you have a fascination with aircraft? Do you have a favorite plane? I do have a fascination with aircraft. Funny story, when I was a kid, my dad actually took me on a plane and buckled me into one of the seats near the cockpit, and he looked at me, he was in the cockpit, he said, "All right, Hannah, you let me know when to go." And of course, me being a kid, when I said, "Go," and he went, "Rrr," and it was so cool. Definitely an iconic moment from my childhood. My dad is so cool. I don't know if I have a favorite plane necessarily. Planes are kind of scary, I gotta be honest. Whenever I fly, I'm like, "Dad, I'm nervous. Am I gonna die?" He goes, "No, this is how turbulence works. This is how this works. We're trained. You're fine." My dad also loves to say, "Yeah, my daughter might be a gamer as a career, but I play a cooler video game in the sky." And to be fair, I can't argue that. He's one of my biggest supporters, by the way. Y'all don't see him very much on the channel, but he is behind the scenes for everything. He's amazing. Shout out, Dad. From Lemon, favorite whiskey under $100. Let me grab some. I just so happen to have them right here. Okay, I grabbed a couple of bottles. Let me show you. This one is Larceny. Retails for about $25. I use it for mixing into drinks. I drink it by itself. It's very, very, very good. A bit of a punchy bourbon, but in a good way. My absolute favorite bourbon of all time is Four Roses Small Batch. Retails for about $35. It's just fantastic. I don't really have much to say about it. It's been my favorite since my early 20s. Moving up in price, I always had this one. This is Angel's Envy. Got a very floral taste to it. Extremely good. My best friends always get me a bottle for my birthday, so always on my shelf. Retails for about $59, $60, something like that. And the back's really cool too. It's got angel wings on it, if you can see that. And this one's kind of a weird one, but I do want to show it. This is Jefferson's Ocean. This is the one I always drink on the boat, at the lake, anytime I'm near a body of water, the beach. Hello, cat. This is the one I'm drinking. I have plenty more bourbons back here, so maybe I should make a video sometime. I think it's all the time I have for questions today. I picked about 60 questions, so I hope that's okay. I hope that's enough. I did my best to pick a variety of them, but thank you all so much for asking questions, and also, thank you for being here. Oh, I just kicked my bottle of bourbon. That's not very good, is it? Let me just pull my legs up here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me. Oh, man, it's my birthday. I'm turning 30. I'm so happy. I'm so lucky. Thank you all so much for loving me and supporting me, even if I don't show my hardships on social media very much. I really do feel the love. Thank you so much. I'll continue to make y'all proud. I promise. I've already done my crying in the beginning of this video. I don't want to cry anymore, so we're gonna end the video, okay? To cap off the very end of my birthday, I will be partaking in a little bit of my Pappy Van Winkle 15 year. This is quite the rare bottle and it is fantastic. I'll be spending the night drinking a little bit of bourbon, maybe playing some Baldur's Gate 3, but now for ending this video. Anyways, like, comment, please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever I make. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I was holding my bye-bye hand. I was holding my bourbon with it. That was so weird, I had to switch it off, because I can't do this. That just doesn't make no sense, does it? I just smell bourbon everywhere, which is fantastic. I'm going to be spending the night gaming and taking care of myself. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And I can't wait to see what future Hannah thinks of this video. Okay, bye y'all.